What is going on, my Cardano friends? It is your friend Jack, and in today's video we're going to be going over Cardano's unbelievable scaling, including Hydra. Now this is not going to be a long video, but I do want to briefly go over what Hydra is, a bit of layer 2s, and why this is so huge for Cardano, especially in the long-term side of things. So what prompted this video is actually a tweet and a demo from SundaeSwap Labs, the first DEX on Cardano, or one of the first DEXs, we'll just go with that, on Cardano to release an AMM style DEX. And now they don't have, all the liquidity, but they have a good amount of liquidity on their platform, and they've been working on something heads down, which is basically Hydra, and implementing it into their scaling journey, and also part of Cardano's scaling journey, a layer 2 solution. More on what a layer 2 is in just a second here. But as you can see by this video, if I play it, it is swapping transactions. And right after they click the button, you're going to see success. Click it again, success. Click it again, success. Click it again, success. So essentially, instant transactions, right? This is what we're looking for in layer 2. It makes sense. We should have it. We already do have some layer 2 solutions out there, Mokamada and others. They are good. They are solid. But there's even more things to come into play here that are going to benefit Cardano, and other alternatives that benefit from the layer 1 security will also putting those transactions off chain for a sec and getting some really nice throughput. Okay, so usually your Cardano transactions take a little bit of time. They're not instant. They take 30 seconds, they take a minute. Sometimes they take 5 minutes, whatever. It depends on the day, it depends on the transaction. So with that being said though, layer 2s. What is a layer 2? And why don't we just do everything on layer 2? Well, layer 2s are an off-chain network. They're not exactly the main chain. They're not the layer 1, but they can benefit from here. It's one of the core requirements of being a solid layer 2 is benefiting and inheriting the security from the layer 1 blockchain that it's built on. So that is the main point. If you don't benefit from the security, you might as well just not have the layer 2. It's not trustworthy, and you need it to be also equally decentralized. With a layer 2, we can not put all this huge amounts of transactions and data straight onto the blockchain or straight onto layer 1, and instead offload it off chain, and then just use the layer 1 to confirm the security and confirm final transactions or actions. This is good, this is solid, and honestly, there is 61 pieces of paper here describing it all, or at least just describing Hydra and how Hydra is going to accomplish this by itself. So this will be linked down in the description. This is the Hydra paper, how it works, why it works, and how this layer 2 is going to be scaling Cardano to thousands and thousands of transactions per second. Theoretically, I remember about a year ago, everyone was talking about how Cardano could get to 1 million TPS with Hydra heads. And well, that sounds really cool on paper, and that sounds really, really good for marketing. I don't think it really matters, because at the end of the day, Cardano, 1 transaction per second is a lot more than people think. And there's also stupid, really not great graphs out there like this one showing how SPT, some random thing you've never heard of, I've never heard of, Qtum, and all these are 60,000 TPS. It doesn't matter about the transaction speed. So the inherent security is the most important factor in my opinion. And also, 1 Cardano transaction with the extended UTXO model, if you don't know what that is, just keep listening. 1 transaction on Cardano is essentially containing 100 transactions. I can make a transaction sending 1 Cardano to 200 of my friends. That's 1 transaction. It goes out in 30 seconds or less. And if I'm doing a layer 2, it goes out instantly, but it's only 1 TPS. So by those standards, it's not very accurate representation of how much Cardano volume is being processed and how much transactions are actually being done, but rather how much more Cardano can fit into 1 TPS or 1,000 TPS. And then think about 100 transactions in each of those 1,000 transactions. Also keep in mind, we are right now in the era of scaling. We're in the Basho era. This is where everything is going to come together for the user experience. And we will be able to see a ton more people not really complaining about the speed anymore. And honestly, I haven't seen that in a long time because the network has been a lot less congested. It's slow, and everything is actually very fast in terms of transactions getting through and me doing my day-to-day transactions on Cardano. That has been faster than ever, especially compared to earlier January this year when it was super congested. We were constantly maxed out on the chain and things took forever to process during NFT drops and more. And the thing is, Hydra really isn't the only scaling solution. We are in the scaling era. There's not just layer 2 scaling, but there's also things like block size increases, reference inputs, and a million other things that I could tell you about. You probably don't really care. Now, that's great. There's a lot of things going here, but most importantly, all these things, all this scaling is done on top of a solid foundation and a decentralized protocol. As mentioned earlier, a layer 2 is only really worth the inherent security it gets from the layer 1. Even if it's a million TPS, if it's not very secure, you might as well just go use Visa or MasterCard. That's the point of this system, and blockchain tech enables a lot of different things that can't really be done elsewhere. And it is really nice to see Cardano and Sundae Swap doing this. They're having Hydra tests. You can see everything's going through instantly. Yes, other layer 2s have kind of had similar results, really instant transactions through EVMs and more, but seeing something natively or looks a bit more native to Cardano as a layer 2 does look very appealing. Finally, after all is said and done and we have all this scaling done, we have all this foundation, all the dApps being built on top of Cardano are going to thrive as well. The best DeFi trading platform, I'm pretty sure Whale here is mentioning Axo, with all-in-one solutions for financial tooling that has never been seen before, not only in decentralized finance, but traditional finance as well. Sexes and other things don't offer the capabilities that some platforms that are building on Cardano, like Axo, are going to be offering. So things like that, the biggest book platform for NFTs, backed by huge names in publishing already, with huge Ingram Publishing and other things. Book Token is doing a lot of things. And then a fast-growing mobile network, and the biggest decentralized identity project, Prism, along with a bunch of other identity projects and sovereign identity projects building on Cardano with a solid foundation, the means to scale, and they're doing it right now, and a lot of people who are passionate about building something on top of this really revolutionary tech. That's all for the video today. Happy Chicken Shawarma Day, and I'm going to be getting some of that. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been your friend Jack. Peace out.